Oh, just cruising. Kevlar Kess, Dr. Love. Unscripted, unwritten, unplanned. Today is like the legitimate epitome of unplanned. There's no plan whatsoever today. No idea, no plan. We're just driving, like literally just cruising. I don't even know what's happening today. So today's episode is episode, I don't know. That's what it is. That's what you get. Unplanned, unscripted. Why are you laughing?
Just a happy person.
Exactamundo. That's exactly what it is. So today's episode, the topic is appreciation. That's it. Appreciation. Be happy. So today we are being happy. We are being thankful. We are being appreciative. Sun's out, guns out. It's a beautiful day out there today. You want to done?
I'm good for now, man.
Alright, cool. So it's a really hot day today. It feels like I'm in Nigeria. Wink. See what I did there? Yeah. So yeah, it's a good day. Dr. Love and I just driving around. We are enjoying the way the world is today. We are embracing feminism and
Oh,
right.
crack me up.
Dr. Love and I are enjoying the day today. We are embracing feminism.
Yes, we are.
We are happy because feminism means, well, modern day feminism means burn the bra, which means that women can walk around without bras.
I love the way you said we. We are happy. I'm like, where's he going with this?
So, modern day feminism, basically, well, there's a part of it that goes, okay, it's sexist to force women to wear bras. So we are really appreciative today. We thank God. We thank the universe.
Thank you.
We're very, very thankful, and we support the movement of burn the bra. And I say that with chest. Wink.
With chest, I see what you did there. Oh,
Yes.
I was late on that one. Very good.
That's fine, I got you. I've got bars. I'm here all day. So we said that with chest that we support all women who walk around without bras. Please take your bra off. Burn the bra. It's a good movement. Believe in equality. 50-50. Everything. So please, we support you. Also, if you are homosexual, we support you as well. If you love women that just love women, we support you too. We would like to be there for you, hold your hand in the process, stand beside you and fight by you. We support the cause. We appreciate all of you. Anything else, sir?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where you're going with this. We're really, really free scripted this one. So the first thing that popped into my head when you're like, "Oh, we support you," was I've worked some events that are like LGBT. I don't even know the full acronym now, man, but it's like LGBTQIA, I think it is at this point. It's constantly changing. But I've done a few of those events. I've worked in a few bars, like gay bars, and I have to say, the treatment I've got working in those places has actually been better than other places I've worked in terms of just the appreciation they show, the respect. Obviously it's weird when men try and chat you up, but
Isn't it sorry,
apart from that,
isn't it funny and weird when you get appreciation and respect and it doesn't seem fake appreciation and fake respect? Because we can tell when there's like hi, that fake respect, fake appreciation.
yeah, absolutely.
We can tell.
Absolutely, because sometimes it comes from a weird place. Like sometimes there's a guilt thing. Like for example, I've noticed this with certain middle class people where they have this middle class guilt where they know they've had certain, I guess, advantages. So then they feel bad for that. So then they overcompensate. Yeah, you know the ones that are like, oh yeah, I was in Peru like feeding the blind children or whatever in some orphanage, and then I did this, and I hate the Tories, and all that.
Teaching the blind kids
yeah,
gang
all that
signs.
stuff,
That
man. And like, yes, we put clothes on their backs, and it was wonderful. But I find oftentimes, these people kind of, it's almost like they overcompensate.
Right.
And then it doesn't feel natural or organic. It's like, okay, I get it. You're trying to make me feel like you're cool with me and the rest of it, but you're just doing too much.
Hold up. Pause. Does that not also mean that, okay, hold up, wait a minute. Does that not also mean, because here's one thing I've noticed about human behavior generally, right, is, well, I don't do it, I know you don't do it as well, but generally when people talk bad behind your back and they see you, there's now a forced smile. Like they can tell that you can smell what they were saying about you when you were not there.
That's very interesting.
Because it's a natural human reaction. Because bear in mind, 80% of human language is body language.
Yeah.
And no matter how we try, it's only the elite trained individuals that can mask their natural rhythms, their natural inclination of doing things. Someone can say, like example, someone could have done something and then you question them. You know the answer is yes. The answer should be yes, I did it. But then you say, did you do that? Then they will say no.
Yeah. I love that one. They're like, no.
No, I didn't do it.
Like, yeah, they're nodding. That means
exactly. So their words, they are trying so hard to hide it.
So you think that overcompensating is a way of hiding
something else?
Interesting.
Yeah, and this is on a general basis.
Interesting take.
It may not be 100%, but it's like 95.9%. Because if that guilty thing is most times it's I said something about you behind your back, and then when I saw you, the he came out. But when because you don't do it, so you don't see it. But then you wonder why you have those colleagues who have that overbearing, they're trying too hard to be nice behavior. It's like they've been talking about you and you just walked in. Yeah, that's the behavior, that's the feeling, that's the vibe. It's like you can literally feel that. Hold on, you just walked into something. That's the vibe.
Do you know one of the things when you're talking about there, and I find this so much in this country, man. It's not that it doesn't happen anywhere else, but I've travelled a lot and this place is just different. You know, when you're talking about body language, there's kind of like micro expressions.
Yes, sir.
There's people who, for example, I work with, and you know when you see someone, when they first see you,
yes,
like that's the kind of, I think that's when the subconscious natural reaction to you is there.
Isn't that the go-to?
That's like the go-to, because it's like sometimes people can fake stuff, but I think usually when someone first sees you, you can feel. And there's certain people sometimes where I'll get a glimpse of something which just looks a bit off,
right,
like a little negative or a little
I got you,
don't like you or contempt or whatever you want it is, and then afterwards they kind of fix their face real quick.
It's no, that one. That's not racism. That is stereotyping. So here's what. Now, I have been teaching for about 2 decades now, and I teach on. Those who don't know me think I just teach martial arts, right? Like I just boxing and Muay Thai. I teach martial arts. I teach boot camp fitness classes. I teach NLP, Neo.
You teach NLP?
Dude, you're welcome. I teach NLP. I teach victims of abuse. I teach body language. I teach body language. There's a lot of things I teach. I can't even say a lot of things I do because it makes
the government clearance for some of that. Yeah?
No, it's not. Yes and no, but there's not enough time in the world to explain all of this. But one major thing I talk about is when I'm doing some classes. I won't tell you what it is, but here's one thing. There's a reason why a lot of people get pickpocketed. It's their own body language. It's the unconscious body language. 80% of language is body language. Houseway. I got you. So, when the world had a lot more cash than card payments, there were a lot more bank transactions. A lot more people went to the bank and got the money from the bank or cash machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, when people go to the bank and they withdraw large amounts of money, larger than comfortable, right? When they walk out of the bank, what's the first thing they do? Unconsciously,
Tap their pocket.
they tap that pocket, not their pockets. They can have exactly. They can have 10 pockets, but they tap the pocket that has the most valuable things. If your phone has valuable information, and it's in your hand, and you are conscious of where you are, what you're doing, it's gonna be in your pocket. You tap the pocket over there, or you just put it in the hand straight. So 80% of language is body language. There's that conscious, unconscious, like, okay, am I in the right place? Am I doing this, doing that? Make sense? Good. So now, you, as who you are, a grown man, not sagging your pants, not looking foolish, not looking like anything. You're looking like a decent man. You're in your own place, your own square. You've got your own stuff. People walk past you, and the moment they see you, what's the first thing they do?
Yeah, sometimes they do.
They touch their pocket.
Touch their pocket or hold the bag or whatever.
The moment they see you, they touch their pocket. Or the moment they see you, their phone, they hold it tighter. You can see the grip. And they pull the phone to their chest or to their beam.
Are you saying that reaction I'm getting then is the same sort of thing?
It's a stereotypical reaction. Automatic,
sort of like protect yourself almost.
Unconscious reaction.
Like perceiving a threat maybe? Or?
Their brains have been programmed to see a black man as a threat. They don't even know who you are. Don't know your first name. Know nothing about you. But now, and you see that behavior. You don't even know what it is. You can't even, it hasn't got a name. No one has taught you this, but that's an automatic reaction. And you see it and you're like, is it me? You understand? You see it and then you have a like, hold on. What am I doing here? What's happening? So you get that vibe of something is off. That's what it is. So you are now stereotyped into the ilk of society.
And sometimes it's a fraction of a second.
That's all it takes.
To the point where your mind starts thinking, did that happen? Did I imagine that? Or did that really happen?
The greatest camera in the world is the human brain. You see and pick a lot more things up in a fraction of a second than you can actually recognize. Your unconscious picks it up first before your subconscious and your conscious. It takes a microsecond. Boom, it's there. And it happens every day. Every day. It's not until someone gets to know you and they go, oh, sorry. So basically, you've already been judged before you know.
See, I think one of the things I'm thankful for is that doesn't have me paranoid. Like when I was a kid, I could remember there was a shift that went from, and I've explained this before, but there was a shift between me being sort of the cute kid that they were like, oh, a cute little kid, to like threats.
Tolerance.
Yeah, and it went from like, oh, he's adorable, to like hold your handbag kind of thing. Right. And there was a period of time when I felt angry about that. I took it personally. I felt kind of hurt. And I think some people never get past that. Like now, the way I look at it is like, that's not even my issue. Like that's your stuff that you've got going on.
Right.
And I'm not, it doesn't upset me. I don't like it, but it doesn't offend me. Do you know what I mean? And I'm thankful that it doesn't put me in that place of like feeling away, because I could see how that would stress a person out.
And it will be easy from outside the box for someone to say, oh, you shouldn't feel that way, you can't control people. You can control how you feel about what people say to you about you. So you being angry is your own control. You can control if you're angry or not. But guess what? When that happens on a daily basis and no one actually explained to you what it was, why it was, how it was, it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain that to anybody, especially those who have never been through it.
Yeah.
Those who don't go through it. Worst of all, those who have cognitive dissonance. They go through it, but they go, oh, as long as my head is between my thighs, I'm not going to notice it. As long as I'm down there, it didn't happen. If it stays still, they'll just walk away. It never happened. So there's you have all these factors affecting it. I'm very thankful for where I am. But my question for you right now is, what brought about that change? That like on a Monday you were fine boy, no pimples. On Tuesday you were like, nah.
Which change are you talking about specifically?
The change from you being a pretty boy,
okay,
everyone liked this little kid, to he's a threat to society.
Puberty.
There you go. Masculinity. So you had already started becoming a young man, and that now automatically became a threat, without rhyme, without cause, without reason. It just happened. I don't know.
Police, everything, like you could just see a difference overnight.
It's a massive difference. Difference, because first off, you look like a little child, and then the day you started looking like a young adult, that was it. It's true. Now look what it did to you. It made you more of a survivalist.
Yeah, 100%.
How it makes you more conscious of environments. It makes you more aware of people around you. It keeps your senses heightened.
Yes. And
more aware of how you are being treated. Because what you may or may not realize is that most men today, most heterosexual men today, are not loved or liked. Most men today are tolerated. It's a big thing. Not loved? Nah. Not liked? Nah. Tolerated. Most men are tolerated until you get to know them. So that, okay, I'm gonna tolerate you just because you exist. You're literally just guilty until proven innocent. Yeah. So you are tolerated until someone gets to know you, and this behavior is so constant, and it gets abused on a daily basis that everyone's doing it, and you don't even know it's bad. It's done everywhere you turn to, and you don't know it's bad. The typical thing of, men are bad. Men are the evil of the world. Men that. Every time, and a lot of people say that, but now every time you flip the script, you flip the coin, and you say, women did this, you're the most misogynistic, evil, demonic, how dare you, just the kind of person. It happens. It happens, but double standards and all that.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm still thankful I'm a man though, even with all of that stuff. There are times when I'll hear people saying stuff about men, and it's alright. There's a part of me that's like, what kind of nonsense is this? Because you're just making these generalizations about a whole gender, and it's applauded at this point. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, say that stuff.
Say that stuff.
You know what I mean? Everyone applauds it, but if you say anything that's less than complimentary about women, it's like, ooh, like, careful, mate. Ooh, careful.
You know what's funny about what you said about that? I think, now bear in mind, some cultures believe in it, some cultures don't believe in it. Some cultures believe in reincarnation, some don't. Some believe in Ragnarok, as in Ragnarok, the end is the beginning, the beginning is the end. Believe that. Something, somehow, some way, somewhere in me goes, in the afterlife, right? On my way back, I got the question of do you want to come back as a this, a that, a this, a that? And I think every time I've come back, I have made the same decision. No, black man.
That's so funny. But the stakes are high. Like, it's gonna be rough.
It's gonna be rough. I said, what did I say the first time? Black man. Yeah, but you're gonna be like, black man. But if you came and say, I don't told you 1,000 times, I have a job to do. I'm not done yet. I'm coming as a black man, over and over again. But if you came, nope.
That's funny.
Give me that ticket. Just clock me in, black man. Simple. But it's gonna be hard. Puff puff pass. I got this. Puff puff pass. I got this. Yeah. So I find that interesting. It's like something, somehow, some way. Someone gave me the choices. I was like, no, I want this one. Well, you sure we have different tones, different brands. I want this one. It's like playing a game these days, and you can customize your character. You can make him. I said, I want this one. I've told you, I've picked already. Don't this one. Yeah. That's good, man. It's great. That's awesome.
So on the subject of appreciation, gratitude, how do you practice appreciation and gratitude on a daily basis?
Practice?
Yeah, like how do you...
Wow.
How do you actually practically
right. I like
implement?
How you said, I like the word practice, because the term practice, for my point of view, would mean that there would need to be a modicum of effort.
Yes.
It's like a drop of effort. So how do you practice it? It means I have to go, okay, let's do it. Make sense? That's getting ready to practice.
That's how I see gratitude, though. I definitely see it as something you do.
There you go. That's how I have gratitude. I just do. So I don't get warmed up for gratitude. I don't rev up. I'm just grateful. So I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm always saying thank you. I'm just thankful. Just random thankful. I could thank the trees, thank the flowers, thank the car. Thank my perfume. Just thank my clothes. Thank me. Just thankful. I look in the mirror. I'm like, thank you. You understand? And it's fun for me. So it's not practice. It's just fun. Just always thankful. I thank others. I think the ones who I care for and care about. I think they're so used to hearing me say thank you. They might get bored about it. Okay. Like it. Don't like it. I'm going to thank you.
It's a powerful thing, giving people that appreciation.
I genuinely think thank you is a lot more powerful than love you today.
Interesting.
Today.
Why do you say that?
Today, because I love you has no merit. It's easier said today. It's easier for people today to say I love you than to say thank you.
You believe that?
I see that. Because you could be upset, mad, angry, tired, whatever. Even the I love you sounds fake. But they still say it. Because, okay, if I say I love you, they're going to be happy. It will make them happy for a minute. It's not genuine. So, because it's being thrown around everywhere, I love you has no merit. It sounds good, but there's a question of, do you mean it? Now, appreciation, thank you. Thank you has a genuinity about it. A lot of people find it hard to say thank you. Because to say thank you, you have to be genuine about it. And you can't hide that genuine thank you. Body language. And they know they can't hide it.
I don't agree with you on that, actually. I think a lot of people say thank you in a very, almost like a reflex way, like it's what you do culturally. Like someone does something, you say thank you.
Thank you or
And
sorry.
so sometimes people say thank you, and I just don't feel anything in it. It's just like a word, thank you.
Exactly.
It's just like thank you. Like
You
they're not in it when they say it.
Yeah, you can't hide it. The genuine thank you, you can see it. The issue is,
I'm right. I'm always right.
No, because we're saying the same thing. It's the sorry. It's that sorry. They're the ones that go, oh, sorry. They don't mean it. They're always saying sorry. You understand?
Oh.
It's that thank you. Because thank you, I love you. You can't tell. Like, whatever. But thank you has a genuinity about it. That when someone says thank you, but they don't mean it, you know they don't mean it. Even they know that saying thank you, they won't mean it.
Do you think when someone says I love you, you can't tell the difference? You can't tell if it's not genuine, is that what you're suggesting?
Yes. The English language of love is not the same as every other language in the world. The thank you is thank you. In any way, shape or form. It's gratitude. I love you. How? What? What about me do you love?
It's interesting, isn't it? Because you see, I love you. When you say it like that, I think oftentimes people say it because it's almost like they don't know what else to say at that moment.
Comfort.
Right? It's like there's a certain level of care, connection, feeling, or whatever, and at a certain point, it's like, okay, no other word that we have in our dictionary right now can explain this.
There you go.
So I'm gonna say I love you.
There you go. Other languages have different forms of I love you.
Different forms of love and different. Yeah. English is not that rich a language compared to some. Like there's sometimes I'll talk to people and they'll say, "Oh, we've got 9 different words for this in our language."
There you go.
And you're like, "Oh, okay.
There you go.
We got this one."
Well, thank you goes a long way. Appreciation goes a long way. It's a magic thing. It's a magical thing.
Thank you. It's incredible. I'm writing about it at the moment, taking my time. But yeah, I'm writing a book about a particular period of time when I really focused in on being thankful and what happened during that time. And there's always a connection. I was saying to you earlier, like there's always a connection between how thankful I am and how things unfold. And so if I'm very thankful in a day, and I usually start my day with that same thank you kind of mantra, and then I'll go for a walk. And that's part of my routine as well. And during my walk, I'll be in nature. I'll be giving thanks for life, health, all basic things that can be easily taken for granted. And I just find my day, when I do that, my day unfolds in a kind of a magical way, man. Just like the timing, the way things come to me, the abundance, the connections, the interactions, everything's just like boom, 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 boom. It's like beautiful music.
Notice how when you're thankful, nothing can stress you out.
100%, because it's really, oh man, it works on everything. Like for example, when things are going well, I'm very thankful. When things are not going well, I'm even more thankful because then it's more necessary. Do you know what I mean? Then it's more important for me to be thankful when things are more challenging. And you realize that there's always something to be thankful for, because you can be thankful for that challenge, you can be thankful for that difficulty, you can be thankful for the learning that comes with it. There's always something to be thankful for, and it's the reason I'm happy. I was out a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I arrived at work, and it's one of the places which I frequent. Certain places I'll just freelance, I'll go once and I'll come back. But this particular place, I've got a relationship with them. So I came in and I saw one of the women that works there. She's like, "Oh, hey David." I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" She's like, "You're always so happy. Like, you're always so happy."
Yep.
And I said, "Do you know what the secret is?" And she goes, "Go on then." I said, "Gratitude." And this other woman started laughing. I go, "You see that?" I go, "She started laughing."
She gets it.
But that's what it is. Be grateful. And then they went quiet for a moment because I think maybe they were thinking of it, but they didn't really get it. I don't think. Do you know what I mean?
It's interesting you say that. You don't get it until you get it.
That's my point.
Or you don't get it until you do it.
You might get it intellectually, but you're never really gonna get it until you do it and you practice it over time. Because when I first started, I didn't really feel it. It was kind of like going through the motions. Okay, thank you for this, whatever. But over time, it was like, man,
this is it.
This is it. Like,
this is it.
This is why Jesus was like, "Thank you, Father." Like constantly, like you start to see these connections. You're like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, I like how you say Jesus.
Yeah,
that's nice. You realize in the Bible, right? The R. Kelly of the Bible.
Oh my God. Houseway.
Do not start a sentence with R. Kelly.
Only you. There's no one else I can think of on the planet that would say the R. Kelly of the Bible.
So the R. Kelly of the Bible, David. Right?
Excuse me. Go on.
It's not on purpose. It's just coincidence.
Tell me I have the same name.
So the R. Kelly of the Bible, David, was one of the biggest sinners. Was one of the ones that just committed the worst transgressions. But he sang songs to God. He sang songs to God, and his albums were called the Songs of David, like the Psalms.
Psalms.
Yeah, bro, that's albums, bro. Lyrics. Yeah. You're laughing, did they? There were songs, Charlie. They were actual songs.
They were songs.
His bars are 16 bars, 20 bars. They're bars, lyrics. He sang to God, and because he sang to God in thanks, in gratitude, and because of that, God forgave him. A few things he did, God was like, bruv.
God was like, bruv.
Taking it too far. Way too far now, Dave. No. That one? No.
You're on your own on that one.
No. Seriously. Yeah, you did what? You sent what? No. No amount of lyrics for this one. No. Forget this one. No. So yeah, gratitude is key. But just don't go and do some
Kelly,
nonsense and go.
I can't get past the R. Kelly of the Bible.
Okay, how would you call it?
I don't know.
Exactly. Give me a better answer.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't good. It was hilarious. I just wow.
You're cracking.
I'm
You're crying and laughing. Unscripted. Like I said.
Do you know what I heard, right? Because I don't follow celebrity culture. I just bits and pieces of things reach me. I've heard that R. Kelly wasn't actually imprisoned for his shenanigans with females. I heard that they put a kind of a, I can't remember what the charge was, but apparently it's a completely different thing. So people think he's in prison for that, but actually there wasn't a case against him that he got convicted for related to.
Was it something regarding taxes or money?
I think it was like a RICO charge or something completely different. I was like, right. Oh, okay. And then there were a few guys talking about it, and they were saying that a lot of these celebrities at a certain point get put into these situations where their assets and whatnot can be taken.
Yes.
You know what I mean, whether it's they die and then you know all their publishing and all the music they've made, like Prince, for example, and they were kind of pointing out a pattern of this happening, and I thought this is an interesting theory.
It's mostly the world we live in today. It's just mostly what the world we live in today is, in a sense, in the case that many people who have gone under or get locked up is due to taxation, or not paying the man the right amount of money. And it happens because when you start getting bigger, start making more money, start getting more famous, you're going to get the right advice and the wrong advice. And it becomes a lot harder distinction because, bear in mind, you're making more money, you're becoming famous, you're a celebrity, you're a bigger person now. So you're going to get a lot of yes men. One. Two, you're going to get a lot of people advising you what to do, or the best way I like saying it, people who are telling you directions and they've never been there before, which is people who are telling you, you know, it's a good idea, do this, do that, and they've never been in your position before. Someone say to you, oh, don't pay taxes, just you this way, that way. Bear in mind, they've never made the kind of money you make, and they've never been in that kind of umbrella you're in. So you need to pay your taxes. Because if you look at it this way, a lot of this happening, a lot of guys get locked up, not for the nonsense they did, which baffles me, but for the fact that they're not paying taxes.
Well, I guess if it's not your area of expertise, there's the possibility that someone advising you on it could lead you astray. Like if they're convincing enough. I don't know. I guess you'd have to be very discerning in who you put in position to take care of that stuff.
Right.
But I could totally see how you could get how someone could get screwed over. Like the record business is another example. Like it's designed to screw the artist over, and it's very difficult for that to not happen just because of the way it's set up.
I like example. The last time I saw you, after you left, someone came to see me with a business idea. Now, my rational mind says no. My mind of reason says no. It's not going to work. Individual has never heard no in his life from someone like me. So he was. The more I said no, the more adamant he was to go. No, this is going to work. And I go, hold up. I have walked the walk. You haven't walked the walk.
Mm-hmm.
In theory, it sounds good. If I hadn't walked the walk, I'd buy it. I do the walking. You don't. It doesn't work. And then the next point or next step was, oh, let's go out for a drink. And then you change your mind. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Because when I am inebriated, that makes sense. And I said, it's like, I said, my guy, Charlie, the only way it will make sense to me is if I'm drunk.
Yeah.
And I'm not drunk.
I'm not rational.
We're not doing that, mate. Simple as that. So you're going to get lots of great advice in the club. It sounded good at 2 a.m. Oh yeah, definitely. It works. This, that. You are not in your right frame of mind. That's why they say a lot of business deals happen at those times. In the club, in the after club. Because then you're not thinking straight. Your mind is not properly adjusted to that scenario. But you think it is because you know that's a good idea. Is it though? Is it?
Just looking at this painting. Interesting.
So now we are going to take a break. Obviously, to use is a pause, but there'll be a pause for a reason. We're going to go and buy something. Alright? We're going to buy our lunch. And then we'll be back in a second.
Yeah.
Peace. Super sense, super smell, super. Alright, welcome back. Part 2. Ding, ding, ding.
Take off the glasses for continuity. Go on.
Right, so we stopped for a second to go and get some lunch.